Hello all, welcome to my channel. So as discussed in the introduction video, we will be starting this new series, and the very first algorithm what we will be discussing in this series is exchanging the values of two variables. Okay, so this is a very simple algorithm, and this particular exchanging of values of two variables will be used in most of the searching and sorting algorithms as a part of a code. Okay, so it is important that you know the fundamental of it. So whenever we talk about exchanging of two variables, let us go ahead and see what is the problem statement is. So the problem statement says that given two variables, A and B, exchange the values assigned to them. So which means I have two variables A and I have two variables B. Now let us take an example that I'm assigning the value 10 to A and I'm assigning the value 20 to B. So the problem here is by the time we complete the code, we should have the value A is equals to 20 and B is equals to 10. That's all we need to do, which is exchanging the value. Now, you might think that it is so simple. You can just say A is equal to B and B is equals to A. It might get exchanged in this way. Now in Python now we have a very shortcut formula for that. But in case if you're doing it in C or C++, or if you're simply writing a problem statement, thinking that it is not really possible, that if it talking about a computer science language, whenever I declare variables, suppose I'm declaring variables A and B, which means a memory location is getting allocated to A and B, whichever data type they are. Okay, so now suppose I'm initializing the value of A as 10, which means 10 is going to get stored in that particular memory. And then I will say that B is equals to 20, which means 20 is going to get stored. Now, if I'm straight away saying A is equals to B, what happens is the already existing value, which is 10, is going to be overwritten with the value 20. Now, when you try to do B is equals to A, B has already value 20. So B is equal to, when you say A is being overwritten with the value 20. Hence, the B value is going to remain same as 20. So when you try to print the value of A and B, you will be getting the duplicate values. So we do not want this to happen. Then what is the solution for this if you want to exchange the values of A as well as B? So here comes the concept of temporary variable. So there are two methods of exchanging the values. Actually, there are not just two, there are more methods, but today we will be discussing the two methods, out of which the first one is using temporary variables. So what happens here is we are using another variable called as T or temp apart from A and B. This we are using as a vessel or a mediator, which will help us to restore the values. Okay, so once again, I will assign A is equals to 10, B is equals to 20. Now, what I can do now directly, I cannot say A is equal to B, which means I'm going to overwrite. So now I'm saying that I have declared the variable A, B, and then T, which means 3 memory location is being allocated. Initially, I said A is equals to 10, B is equals to 20. Now, how can I use this memory? Now, instead of directly using these two, first I will store this value over here. Now, I have a duplicate value of A already stored away somewhere. I can easily, so first step is we did this. Now I can easily say A is equals to B. Even it is going to be overwritten, it is fine for me because I have saved this value over here, that is at the temp. Now that A has the value of B, now I don't need the value of B. I can overwrite with the value of temp. So temp, whatever the value of A we have stored here, I can rewrite here. Now by doing this, that is using a third variable. Now when I print A and B value, I'll be getting A as 20 and B as 10. Okay, so this is the logic. So how can we write the code for that? So I will initially say temp is equals to, that is a temporary variable. I'll be storing the value of one of the variable, and that variable whose value I've stored in temp, that can be overwritten by another variable. And now another variable can have the value of the variable A, which we have stored in a temp. So this is the code for exchanging two variables using a temporary variable. So how can we write the code for that, or not exactly code, algorithm. So this is the algorithm So I will start. Then I will declare the three variables A, B, and T. You can give any name to that. Yeah, then we will take the input of the first number A, then we'll take the input of first number B. So I will declare the variable A, B, and temp. Then I am taking the values, input values. And then what I'm doing, same set of these are the three set of codes which we will be using to exchange. So first I will say T is equals to A, then I will say A is equals to B, and then I'm going to store the value of B, that is T, in B. That is why I will say B is equals to C. Then after that, I can straight away print A and B, and then my values have been exchanged. I hope this is clear. Then what is the other method of doing the same thing? So if I do not want to take a temporary variable, then how can I do this? Now here we will use the logic. Once again, we will use some other logic here. Now, let me take the same variable. A is equal to 10, B is equals to 20. Now, if you see this, if I add the value of A and B, what will I get? I have a memory here. Remember, A and B, and I have 10 and 20. Now I'm saying A is equal to A plus B. When I say that, it will be 10 plus 20, which is 30. That new value is going to get assigned in the A, which means we are overwriting here. I am removing 10 and I am writing 30. All right. Now I have 20 over here and 30 over here. Now if you observe carefully, if I say B is equals to A minus B, what we are going to get? So if I say B is equal to A minus B, so B will have the value A is nothing but 30, that is our new number, minus B value is still 20. Now when I do this, I'm getting the old value of A. Okay, so B I am overwriting with the old value of A. Okay, now once again, I'll go further. Now we got the value which we were expecting. So A had initial value 10, which has been moved to B. Now how can I change the value of A? Same thing, I'll put the code A is equals to A minus B again. So when I do that, I will get A is equal to, I have the new value of A is 30, new value of B is 10, which is nothing but 20, which if you observe is nothing but the initial value of B. Hence, A will be overwritten with the value 20. So now, if you're printing A and B, I will get A as 20 and B as 10, which is nothing but what we expected. Our values has been exchanged. All right. So this is another set of code where we will say A is equals to A plus B. I am going to add it first. Once again, I'm going to say B is equals to A minus B. Then I'm saying A is equals to A minus B. So with this simple 3 lines code once again, and also without using a temporary variable, so we are not wasting an extra memory of the computer, we can still exchange the value of 2 variables. So this is another method, that is without using a temporary variable. Code for that is, so exchanging the variables without using a temporary variables, the algorithm looks something like this. So we'll start, first step, declare 2 variables A and B. Okay. Input the first number A, input the second number B. Then I'm saying set A is equals to A plus B, which is nothing but 30. Then set B is equals to A minus B. So A value, new value is 30 minus 20 is equals to 10. And then set A is equals to A minus B. New value of A is 30 minus 10, which is nothing but 20. And then 20, print the value of A and B. Now we are getting A is equals to 20 and B is equals to 10. And we can end the algorithm. So I hope this is clear. This is a very simple algorithm, and then it is a one which is used very often. And I hope this is clear. So that's all in today's session, students. Thank you for watching.